Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Avax, Doge and high price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We can start with Avax here on the all-time history where we have a triangle as first possibility ABC. Wave D is unfolding as an ABC zigzag here and then unfolding wave E after it to push for higher prices, of course, after a very long sideways triangle here. And we're looking, of course, for something to unfold as at least three waves towards the upside or, of course, an impulse. Now, another different scenarios might be, of course, the impulse there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to finish wave A or wave 1. And this long sideways correction is an ABC to be finished. Now, basically, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here as an ending diagonal, which of course it didn't took the low, can be a truncation, and then you have to consider a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 continuation toward the upside directly for AVAX. This is the ultimate bullish scenario here, that it might be unfolding as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 only in case that this wave C is finished truncated and that we have finished 5 waves already over there. Now the highest possibility, of course, based on the micro level, we got a signal there, but we would like to break first a 1-to-1 fib level as a wave D here. And that means, of course, if we break it, we might be in this scenario of 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So this is how we're gonna lead AVAX step by step. This is our key level here for the 1-to-1 fib level zigzag. And if broken, that means, of course, we might seek for higher prices for our blue box over there. If we dive inside this move here on the 2 hours chart for AVAX, we are looking currently for these possibilities. So we might have here a potential W, X, and a Y. The wave Y here is finished as an ABC, right, and 3 waves. And you would like to seek, of course, after higher prices as we are looking for right now impulsively. Now, in case that we have one more low, of course, it can be here a bigger WX and a Y where you have an ABC unfinished. The wave C is a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, meaning this might be a wave 4 for a diagonal here, unfolding and still looking for wave 5 before we push for higher again. By all means, whether we are bullish from now and pushing for higher, or you are still looking for one more low here and then pushing for higher again. The targets for one more low in case we will come back to this area, and of course, in case that the price doesn't continue here, we might reach, of course, a wave 5 diagonal here, which it might be, of course, in between those area. So the blue box, I would say, to take the low, of course, you need at least the 0.886 here as, of course, a target to be reached there for wave C. Yep, so we're gonna see, of course, what's gonna happen over there. Now, if we dive a little bit much more deeper here, we can see, of course, that you might have an impulse here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a 1, 2. And then, of course, another 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 as a leading diagonal, meaning you have a wave 1 from there. I'm going to explain the leading diagonal because, of course, it might be a little bit complicated, but you have here an A, B, and a C potentially finished for this scenario as a wave 1 even finished before it. Yeah, so this wave C. And then, of course, you have a wave 2, and then A, B, C again for wave 3, and then wave 4, and then wave 5. Internally, of course, this wave 5 might be a zigzag. And by all means, here you might be in a wave 1, 2, and then you're looking at the wave 3 still unfolding 4 and a 5 toward the upside. The wave 3 is still yet unfinished. And this is a gray scenario. And of course, you have a bigger scenario as a wave 1 here, A, B, and a C. And then you're looking for 3, 4, and a 5. So these are the scenarios for the bullish there. The targets for this wave 3 that it should reach, in case, of course, we still need a wave 5 to unfold. So we might reach the $14.500 here. Now, if this happens, well, very likely that we continue here for the wave D in the big triangle that we saw, of course, on the daily. Meaning if this impulse continues toward the upside, it might be very likely A, B, and a C here for the 1-to-1 fib level. Meaning if the target here will be the 1-to-1 as a zigzag we might reach the $30, exactly $30 for AVAX. Very psychological and very logical as well. Yep, so this is regarding AVAX. And if we would like to see as well a little bit more insights here on the indicator, KGT indicator, we have a signal here, but very interesting that the price is still pushing for higher, and still impulsive, because anyway we are in a 1-2 very clear 3, wave 4 expanding flat, wave 5 is unfolding as a 1-2-3-4 and a 5. So one more high is very, very likely here to finish, of course, for AVAX. But be careful, of course, there is a strong signal there that it might, of course, push the price a little bit lower. Don't forget that nothing continues in one move. So what I'm expecting, wave 5 to unfold, we get another wave 4 and a 5 here. Because, of course, you are in a wave 3, 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5. Yeah, so this is what I'm expecting for AVAX. Yep, if the things continues perfectly as an impulse, well, as I mentioned, we might be in the wave D there, and we break somehow, of course, the diagonal. Yeah, so if you are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, well, if this wave will reach this price, well, it will be already longer than the wave 2. And this will invalidate the possibility for a wave C for lower, and of course higher the possibility for a wave, finished wave Y, and we push, of course, for higher. Yep, so that's it for AVAX. Let's move for Dogecoin. For Dogecoin, we are looking also on the all-time history first. So for the all-time history, we have, of course, a huge impulse in the beginning here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And we have a very long sideways, right? So a very long sideways as an A, potential wave B there, and wave C still unfolding in case we are still very bearish. And that means, of course, it might still drop down at least as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ending diagonal to reach the 1-to-1 fib level over there at the 0.03 cents, right? So 3 cents for Dogecoin. But this is, of course, the worst case scenario. Now, of course, there is different scenarios. The next one might be the W. You have an X here, definitely. And then you're looking for wave Y. The wave Y can be, of course, a finished ABC there. So you have the A, you're looking for the B, and finishing a wave C. Now, if the wave C is finished here as an impulse, because this can be an impulse in a truncation, and that because of the wick that we got, of course, few months ago, which has, of course, affected the market so badly. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and we got a truncation. Your wave 5 is somehow a finished ending diagonal. Currently, we are looking at higher prices here for Dogecoin, and that because, yes, very likely that we have finished here a wave 5 and a wave C in a truncation and in a perfect ending diagonal. So you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. All of them are zigzag. And we can see also the zigzag taken from there, A, B, C, and then A, B, and a C. Yeah, so if I want to label this to not confuse you guys, here we go. 1, and then 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, so to finish exactly this diagonal. Now, currently, on the 15-minute chart, I'm looking at this counting where you have a potential finished wave 1 here, wave 2 there, a very short wave 3, so you have a 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 3, and then wave 4, and you're looking for a wave 5. Your wave 5 is a 1, 2 again, another 1, 2, and then a potential even third 1, 2. That's crazy. But I think I'm gonna 1, 2. Yeah, it's a triple 1, 2, guys. Because you cannot take this as a wave 4, and we're still looking for higher, knowing that it has interfered with the zone 1. So triple 1, 2s here, and we have the wave 3 right now unfolding. So expect, of course, continuation toward the upside in case we are very, very bullish over there. And that means, of course, the wave 1 is unfinished definitely, and we're still looking for higher. Now, if you're asking for the target for the final wave 5, well, that will be a little bit challengeful because the wave 3 is very short here. But let me check the fib levels, what it's gonna give in case we're looking for, I think it has been overpassed. Here we go. It has been overpassed. So that means we're very, very bullish here. And I think we have to take, of course, then the next target taken from potentially 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah, so, but this is a very micro level, guys. A very micro level that it might be taken from this wave 1 and then based on the wave 3 there. So this is a very micro one, meaning, of course, where we might head, but I think this is, of course, our target there. Let me just put there. $0.14 is very easy to be taken. And that because we have here 1, 2, 1, 2, and another 1, 2, and this is your wave 3 unfolding, and then 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, even continuation toward the upside. Very interesting. So, yeah, this is very bullish, I would say. If the things will continue on the indicator here, I would like to check a little bit higher time frame. So we got a signal, be careful, but very interesting. A 5-minute chart, which is very high, actually, time frame. And this is a bullish signal. Despite that you have the bearish there, it is above the previous signal. And the price has broken very significantly. And this is a very bullish signal. And we're looking for the buy signal there, the lowest low, and we're looking for higher. So invalidation of bearish, meaning yes, we continue definitely toward the upside here for Dogecoin. Very nice. Yep, so this is regarding Dogecoin. The final one that we have here is hype. For hype as well, we're looking on the all-time history. The all-time history says that we have a potential W, X, and a Y, or an ABC expanding flat because we took the low here, and you finish a wave A with it. And that means wave A, we're looking for a wave B, and then wave C toward the upside. If this wave B is done and finished here as W, X, and a Y, well, it can be finished, but this wave Y is finished over there. Yeah, meaning if we are still looking for lower here, you have to look after something as diagonal, potentially 1, 2 here, 3, and then 4 and a 5, but even it doesn't work. Let me check if we take this diagonal. Okay, so if it is a diagonal, even you cannot take it as diagonal. Guess why? Because your wave 4 did not interfere with zone 1. It is mandatory. It is a rule that the wave 4 interfere with zone 1. And if it is a rule and the wave 4 interfere with it, then it becomes longer than the wave 2, which it opens the only possibility for an expanding diagonal, which is very, very far possibility. Therefore, very likely that we finished there. Very likely that we have finished W, X, and a Y, finished, and we're looking for higher. Very interesting also for hype here. So on the 1 hour chart, if we are bullish, so you have to be in double 1, 2 there. Yes. So here we go. So you are in double 1, 2, very likely there, from starting from this diagonal, leading diagonal. And wave 2 took the 886, that's normal for diagonal, meaning you are here in a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And then the previous 1, 2, it's an impulse. 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. So very, very interesting, I would say. So because the macro level shows a very potential of a finished structure here, and it's a finished low potentially. Let me check volume a little bit for hours. Yes, very nice. Even the volume here is very high. So yes, very likely that we have finished, guys, and we bottom there for hype. So we're looking definitely for higher prices. Yep, so by the way, I'm working on hype for the KGT indicator. It will be ready soon. Tonight maybe I finish it, and if you already have the KGT indicator, please message me on the Discord, of course, to send you the new updates. So basically 1, 2, 1, 2 is unfolding here, and I'm looking for this wave 3 in case we are in a wave 1, 2. Knowing that the wave 2, it took the 886 here. I'm gonna check it again, but I'm still a little bit confident with it because of the macro level signaling, of course, a finished structure there. But let me check. Here we go. Yeah, we took the 886, but we didn't took the low. So as per the rules, 886 is not invalidation for a 1-2, but it reduced the possibility. But because we are in leading diagonal, 70%, this is a wave 1 rather than A, B, and a C. Yeah, so very likely that we might, of course, continue toward the upside. Now, if this is an impulse 1, 2, 3 wave 4, yeah, you have to be careful with it. Now, confirmation for higher here for hype is, of course, invalidation of bearish. This is your last. This is the last signal that you might get, of course, for bullish here, and that means, of course, something might push for higher. So if the price takes the 25k, this is a total confirmation that we push for higher. You gotta be careful. You might still be in something very, I would say, yeah, corrective. What it might happen if we take the low, don't frustrate because it might still very bullish. You will tell me I'm crazy, but potentially you have to merge all of this, meaning this is your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Haha. Okay, so this might be your biggest leading diagonal, a bigger leading diagonal, meaning a bigger wave 1 there. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But currently I'm gonna keep it as double 1, 2 until invalidation, meaning testing area here might be the following. Here we go. So if the price comes back to this area, this is our testing there. Okay, this can be the wave 2 finished there, and can be an A here, B and a C extended a little bit, and then pushing for higher. Yep, so these are the possibilities as well for hype. Still bullish despite the micro level. It might seek a little bit lower, but I think that we are very bullish as well. The volume already suggested as well, and also the structure on the macro level. Yep, so that was it for hype, Dogecoin, and Avax. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.